I am attempting to fix the wiring situation Chris has going on in his boat.
What is the wiring situation?
The wiring situation is, it's one of those things where it's, how has this not caught fire yet?
I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm ready to take on the Catalina wine mixer.
It's the Catalina wine mixer, also known as Chris's birthday weekend.
And this one's because our birthdays are only 4 days apart.
Yes, they are. Anyways, this adventure started like most of them do, just 15 minutes after we finish a boat project. But this time we had some help from John and Shannon, who were here visiting from Prism, and ironically got sucked into doing more boat projects.
Sorry about that. But thanks for the help. Long story short, the wiring on Avocet was a total fire hazard, so John and Shannon jumped right in, and we finished the job just in time to go to Catalina.
Just to be clear, we are no longer a floating firework display waiting to happen. 15 minutes after the new panel was installed, we were headed south towards Catalina Island on our very first night passage.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before.
Just lost our wind about an hour and a half ago. Up until then we were flying the Maine and the Genoa, and we're cooking about 7 knots, and about 13 knots of a breeze. The last hour or so we've been just motoring.
Catalina Island was once owned by William Wrigley Jr. of Wrigley Chewing Gum. He developed Avalon as a resort island destination and brought the Chicago Cubs baseball team to the island for spring training from 1921 to 1951. In the 1970s, Wrigley deeded 88% of the island to the Catalina Island Conservancy, so it remains underdeveloped.
We made it to Avalon. We are here, just picking up our mooring. We got winter rates, so we were paying a lot less than I was expecting to pay, which is great by me. And nice and close to the beach, as you can see. Lots of options here. Yeah, we're gonna have a good stay. I'm excited.
Around 9 o'clock, we were in Avalon, and after I struggled a little bit to secure the stern line, we were all set and sitting pretty.
There's the helicopter, Mom and Tess are here.
Soon the cockpit was filled with mimosas and laughter as my sister and Mom arrived. Just like that, we're all together again.
We finally made it onto Catalina Island. We just got off the boat after a long morning of mimosas and talking with family, so now we're gonna get out and go exploring. Our exploration was short and ended at the rental house that Mom and Ely had rented for the weekend, which is also where we met up with the rest of the party crew. After everyone settled in, we walked back down to the shore to admire Avocet in the distance before John, Shannon, Chris, and I called it an early night to prepare for the next day.
Saturday we didn't live update, because what we were doing was what I like to call living in the moment. But here's my friend Clark to give you a good recap.
So today, we woke up, Chris and Marissa went parasailing. It looked very fun, yet very cold. Not for me, I don't think. However, After that, we went and rented some golf carts. We drove around the island. One golf cart was clearly faster and better than the other one.
All over the island, taking in all the sights. My personal favorite spot was the Botanical Gardens, which is also home to the Wrigley Memorial.
It was a great photo opportunity.
Bronze.
Do we like bronze?
We love bronze. The casino is the most visible landmark in Avalon Bay, and contrary to its name, it is not a place for gambling. In 1929, the new Catalina Casino, which is what we see today, was completed under the direction of Wrigley. It was the first movie theater to be designed specifically for films with sound. The casino also received the Honor Award from the California chapter of the American Institute of Architects as one of the outstanding architectural accomplishments.
And then we ate some lunch, had some drinks, and now we're out here hanging on Avocet.
Well done.
Cute.
We moved the pregame party from Avocet to the rental house, where Shannon kicked my ass at some beer pong, and then we went on to a very short bar crawl.
It was short because we only went to 2 bars. The first bar, we enjoyed some live music and drinks, and then the second bar, Tess signed us up for karaoke.
Which Marissa loved.
No, I didn't. At one point in the night, a lady came up to us and asked if we practiced, which is hilarious.
Absolutely.
I mean, probably.
We shut down the bar at 1 a.m., stumbled back to the rental house, and then we blew out the candles on my cake and rode home.
We woke up at 10 the next morning to see the family off. It was sad to watch everyone leave.
Especially John and Shannon, since we knew that was the last time we'd be seeing them for a while.
Then, as suddenly and as mysteriously as he'd come into our lives,
Captain Ron!
he was gone.
And just like that, we were the only Neelys left on Catalina Island.
We spent the rest of our day walking around and decompressing from the night before. Found an arcade, so she's happy.
Now we're just soaking in the last minutes of being on the island before we go to the boat and pack everything up, bring the dinghy on deck, and get ready for our early morning passage. When the sun went down, we rowed ourselves home and tucked ourselves into bed.
A significant life, just where it was needed.
So here we are, we're leaving Catalina. It's about 6 o'clock. We waited for a while. We were going to leave originally at 4 because we wanted to get an early start, but the wind was howling. It just now calmed down. That's why we have such bad chop right now. But I'm going to throw up the main and also the jitty, and we should be on our way very nicely. About 12, 13 hours, I think.
But your face remained the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. And when we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
I think that we're about on hour 10, getting closer and closer to our home port. It's just been a long day of motor sailing. Got to catch up on my book. Swell is a great book, highly recommend it. Besides that, I also try and paint my nails. Not the best, but it'll do. Chris took a couple naps, and we saw some dolphins. That was pretty neat. Besides that, it's just been a very mellow, resting day.
Alright, you can see our breakwater right there. We're getting close. The sun's just about to go down.
We are just about 30 minutes away from our home port, and that means that we are in the prime area for crab pots. We just passed about 6 of them already. So I sent Merce up to the bow just to keep my eyes out because it's getting dark. And after that, we're like really close. So gonna dock it in and pack it up, plug in a heater for the first time in a couple nights. That's gonna be nice. And that's about it. Pulled into our slip at 7 o'clock at night, plugged in our heaters, and reminisced about the weekend.
It was a weekend of firsts for us. It was our first night passage, our first time on Catalina, and our first time celebrating our birthdays as husband and wife. Once again, thank you all for the kind words and support. It's greatly appreciated.
How do you like the Gilded Lady?
I wish we could retire right now.
Won't be long.
Hi, didn't see you there. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Okay, rolling.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see this.
Woo! So nice, babe. And you, Clark. What do they do?
Behind the scenes. What do they do when they're not filming?